Losing a job. Wow. That phrase, it just hits differently, doesn't it?
It really does.
It's more than just, a change. For a lot of people, it feels like a personal earthquake.
Absolutely. A major disruption.
But what if, and this is what jumped out at me from the readings,
Yeah.
what if that huge shakeup isn't really an ending? What if it's actually the trigger for building something much stronger?
That's the core idea we're exploring today.
Exactly. So today, we're doing a deep dive into like a blueprint for not just getting by, but actually thriving after a layoff. We're pulling these strategies straight from the sources you shared with us. And it's just fascinating, isn't it? Taking something people dread so much and completely flipping the script on it.
Yeah, turning it into a launch pad.
A powerful launch pad.
Yeah.
That's the promise here. And honestly, that's what got me really interested in this material.
And it's a sharp observation.
Yeah.
Because the real gold here isn't just about, getting through the initial storm, although stabilizing is obviously step one.
Right. You have to steady the ship first.
Precisely. But it's more about strategically using that situation, that sort of negative event, for some deep personal and professional recalibration.
So not just recovery, but rebuilding better.
Exactly. Building a more resilient foundation, really, and doing it with deliberate systems in place.
Okay, so let's picture it. You've just gotten the news, that call, that email, your job's gone.
That initial shock.
Yeah. And those first 30 days are just critical. The readings really hammer home one point. Don't make rash decisions. Resist those immediate emotional reactions.
Super important. Panic doesn't help.
No. Instead, it's about practical foundational stuff, getting your ducks in a row to stabilize things. And the first move highlighted, which maybe feels a bit counterintuitive, is acting fast on benefits. Unemployment, severance, whatever applies.
Right. Get that process started immediately.
It's not just the money, is it? It's like knowing that safety net is being set up frees up mental space. You could think strategically instead of just reacting out of fear.
Absolutely. It reduces that immediate pressure cooker feeling. So once those benefits are in process, unemployment, severance, maybe COBRA for health insurance, the next big step is getting really, really clear on your finances, your runway.
Ruthless clarity, I think one source called it.
Yes, that's it. Critically looking at expenses, cutting back, and then crucially rebudgeting for this new reality.
Not just temporary belt-tightening.
No, the sources suggest framing it as a chance to really recalibrate your whole relationship with money. Build a leaner, more resilient financial system that works for where you're going next.
Okay, that makes sense. And then there's the mindset piece.
Which is huge. Probably the most important system to implement right at the start. The advice is, treat this as a pivot, not a failure.
I like that. Pivot, not failure.
It's powerful. Reframing it like that as a strategic redirection, it changes the whole energy. It sets the tone for everything else you do.
Okay, that mindset shift, viewing it as a pivot,
Yeah,
that really sets the stage for what's next, doesn't it?
it absolutely does.
Because once you're past the initial shock and you've stabilized things a bit, the material pushes us into like a proactive phase, a strategic 60-day plan. This is where it gets really interesting, I think.
Yeah, moving from reaction to action.
Exactly. And one of the first big actions suggested is a skill upgrade, investing in yourself. Which, I mean, after a layoff, that feels like a pretty empowering move, right?
Definitely. Taking control of something you can control your own skills.
But is it just about chasing whatever skills are in demand right now? Or do the sources also talk about maybe exploring something totally new, even if it seems less immediately practical?
That's a good question. The material definitely emphasizes market relevance for, immediate impact.
Yeah.
Getting skills that employers are looking for right now makes you more adaptable quickly.
Okay, makes sense. Get back in the game faster.
Right. But there's also a subtle suggestion about continuous learning, thinking longer term, maybe dipping your toes into emerging areas to stay ahead. True resilience comes from always learning.
Got it. And that ties into another big one, building side income systems.
Yes. Exploring things like freelancing, consulting, maybe monetizing a skill you already have online.
And the key insight there seems to be that even small wins create momentum.
Oh, that's absolutely critical. Those wins weren't just about the cash, though that helps.
Right. It's psychological, too.
Totally. They're like little sparks. Each one builds a bit more confidence, a bit more belief in yourself. When you feel knocked down, proving you can create something, anything, however small, that can be the biggest victory. That momentum is priceless.
Yeah, those small wins. They rebuild that sense of control, when everything else feels chaotic. It's like a psychological hack, isn't it?
It really is a way to regain agency.
And then, closely connected to all this proactive stuff, is networking. The readings call this out as a huge piece of that 60-day plan.
Monumental, yeah. Not just an afterthought.
So this means consciously, reaching out, reconnecting with old colleagues, joining industry groups online or in person, going to meetups.
Actively cultivating those connections.
And it's less about directly asking, hey, got a job, and more about just rebuilding genuine connections, right?
Exactly. Offering help, sharing insights, just being part of the conversation again.
And here's the kicker, the surprising fact the analysis points out. Opportunities often come through people, not job boards.
That's a big one.
It really makes you rethink the whole traditional job search, doesn't it? Just blasting out resumes. Maybe that's not the most effective way.
It definitely underscores how organic many opportunities really are. The power of human connection in the professional sphere is still huge.
So investing in relationships is as important as investing in skills.
Absolutely. Which leads to a good question for you, the listener. If your current path suddenly closed, how could your existing network or new connections you start building now open up doors you hadn't even thought of?
It's about building that relational system around yourself.
Precisely. A support and opportunity network.
Okay, so let's pull back a bit. We've talked about the immediate response, the 30 days, then the 60-day strategic plan skills, side income, networking. So what does this all add up to long term? Is it just about getting another job?
Well, that's often the immediate goal, sure.
But the analysis throws in this really compelling idea, something that honestly shifted my perspective. Many successful entrepreneurs actually started after losing jobs.
That's a fascinating insight, isn't it?
It completely reframes the whole thing.
Yeah.
A layoff, yeah, it's painful initially, but it can be this unexpected, powerful catalyst.
It forces a certain kind of creativity, maybe?
Exactly. And it gives you this weird kind of freedom, doesn't it? Freedom to really, truly rethink your path without the daily grind of your old role dictating things.
That freedom is a really significant point. Often it's a rare chance to step back and ask, okay, what do I actually want to do? Not just what job do I feel I have to get?
Right. Less pressure to just replicate the past.
Yeah. And the readings suggest this might be the perfect time, that unexpected downtime, to explore those little business ideas you had or that side hustle. Could one of them eventually become your main thing?
So the challenge itself can unlock potential you didn't even know was there.
It really can. It forces you to think differently, to be resourceful. It's about actively creating your next step, not just passively waiting for it.
And the key to doing all this faster, to really turning that setback into a launchpad, it comes back to having effective frameworks, systems. You're not just winging it.
No, you absolutely don't have to start from scratch. That's a core message.
The analysis isn't just saying what to do, but showing how to build structures for progress, like automating job applications. Not just clicking submit endlessly, but maybe using tools to tailor resumes or find relevant openings automatically.
Leveraging technology to be more efficient.
Or setting up a side business using smart tools, maybe even AI agents helping with initial customer chats or content ideas, freeing you up for the bigger picture stuff.
Using systems to handle the routine tasks.
Even networking can be systematized, right? Like scheduling regular check-ins with key contacts, or joining specific curated online groups instead of just randomly browsing LinkedIn.
Exactly. It's about building repeatable processes. That foundational idea of systems is just paramount.
So it covers financial systems, personal systems like skill building, professional systems like networking.
Yes. Creating these processes accelerates everything. Think of it like having a really good toolkit and a clear map.
Instead of wandering lost in the woods.
Precisely. A solid framework turns what feels like chaos into a strategic, manageable path forward. It's the difference between sort of flailing around and making consistent, steady progress.
It really is a powerful way to think about it. A layoff feels like an ending, maybe even the end sometimes. But it really could be the start of your best chapter yet, as one source put it.
That potential is definitely there.
And that overarching theme, woven through all the material, is just how critical systems are. Financial systems, personal growth systems, professional connection systems. They keep you moving forward when others might just get stuck.
It's about building that resilience proactively, system by system, not just trying to cope reactively when things go wrong.
It's a deliberate choice to build, isn't it?
Yes, an active process, designing your future step by step, rather than just waiting passively for something to happen.
So as you, our listener, reflect on this deep dive and the blueprint we've kind of sketched out, Here's something to think about. A provocative thought, maybe. What specific systems or frameworks could you start putting in place today, regardless of whether you're facing a job loss right now or not? What could you build to create more resilience, more forward momentum, ensuring you're always moving towards your strongest future?